Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Zoe. I see you want to join in on this as well. Man, my internet was not doing so hot there for a minute. I'm hoping that's not gonna be very consistent. But hi! Sorry that the stream started so goddamn late. Yeah, my cat's running around in front of me right now. I just felt like starting at a much later time. That and I wanted a nap because I had the Comcast tech guy come up, arrive this morning at like 8 o'clock. Literally on the dot, 8 o'clock. Okay, let me start with, he managed to figure out what the issue is. Because we are in a rather old apartment, relative to when it was built, and the wiring is also rather, like, well, ancient, really. A lot of the wire we have is shared with a bunch of the other units, except for the front, the very front apartment. I call it Unit 1 because that's where it is. So they don't actually share the wiring with us with the internet, because I share wiring with probably like 4 other tenants. They told me that the best fix for it would be to drill a hole in my wall and give me just a new wiring line, a new wire, and all that connection stuff, so that I would just have a direct line, and I wouldn't have to share the wiring internet situation with them, because apparently someone else is probably a power user, more than me, if they're dropping my internet this badly. Mind you, it's shared between like 4 other people, so there's that too. So yeah, they said that I need to get permission from the landlord to be allowed to drill into so that they're allowed to be able to drill into my wall, install that landline wiring. I don't know what to call it at this point, but that. And you can see right now that my internet's falling apart again. Look at that red. Look at that fucking red. It's all because of whatever is happening out there. Fucking 12,000, dude, man. So yeah, that's what's been going on there. Someone else is using heavy internet because, at least with me, I know I'm a heavy user. You know, with streaming, running a Terraria server, running a Minecraft server. Yeah, I get it. I get why. So yeah, I just need to get permission from the landlord. I'll send her a text message. I mean, I'm just actually making the draft for the text message. Good evening, landlord. I'm not using her name. This is me. I had a Comcast tech guy come by this morning to check out a bunch of internet troubles I've been having. They have a fix for it all, but they needed a letter of permission from you to be allowed to drill a hole in the wall to install new wiring for what? My apartment? Yeah, let's go with that. Our apartment unit. Would I be able to get such a letter from you, please? And thank you. Question mark. There, done that. Okay, now, we're back in Ace Attorney. We just started the trial phase of Case 4. Now, if you're gonna ask me what the hell happened, I really don't remember. I don't. 20th of February, 1923 a.m., yeah. 9:23 a.m., the Old Bailey, defendant antechamber. Well, I never expected this. Who would have thought that we'd be back here again so soon? It's only been a day. We are on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Yeah, but can't you just be like part of the jury? Want me to tell you the culprit? Why do I get the feeling this is a No, don't tell me who the culprit is, because then I'll be confused. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her only time in court, and it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right. That smiley face scares me, sir. Good morning! Oh man, is this fucker. Ah, Mr. Natsumi, good morning. The man who kills my voice. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I've heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was worried I couldn't catch a wink. This motherfucker. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. Do all literary people take things so literally? That's a good question, man. Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsumi. I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified, too tremble. Since you don't do JoJo reactions, this man will give us daily JoJo. You're right, he is giving us the daily JoJo. I gotta get back on my ass about figuring out how to wake up early again for that anime watch-alongs. Really? Because I can feel tremors in the floor. I can't do this! I can't take it! Although, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yeah? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Mr. Zato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So all that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence then, is it? Valky Esquire? Why can't Zoe be an Esquire? Speaking of that. Whoa! Holy Jesus! My cat's trying to log into my computer. So let's just use the stupid pin. No. That's not what I want to do. I want to close whatever the hell that is because she managed to open stuff again. Okay. Zoe Esquire, though? I kind of like that. Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van Zeeks? Is that right, Miss Suzato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes, Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one. Wow. She scared herself, dude. All I did was turn around to the laptop and she, like, jumped. I don't know where she jumped to. I knew it! Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Lies. It's the truth. Also, why? She keeps managing to find a way to move the camera. Or maybe she is just... I don't know, maybe the camera sucks. The trial day 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeek's return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. Trial of Magnus McGilded. Ugh, what a harrowing experience that was. He used a cucumber against her, but she has a cucumber toy. You can kind of just barely see it in the camera. That green thing right there, on the right side, that's a cucumber. And that white ribbon is a ribbon that I have from gummy worms. Delicious. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking, and they all speculate various answers. You trained her resistance against it. She never had a resistance against it. You know what she really hates? Bananas. She hates bananas. I've tried to give her a banana before, and she's just like... She smelled it, got offended, and then runs away from it. Every single time, though, whenever I have a banana, she keeps on trying to smell it, gets offended, and runs away from it. So I'm like, do you want a banana, Zoe? And then she just runs away from it. Mundane! Mundane! It's the most significant saga of the century to some of us. Oh dear, I meant no offense, Mr. Natsumi, but that is how the papers are describing it. Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you! Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Both times, it is you who stand against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper! Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. Thanks for that. Oh, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such a frail fortune? By the least lucky lawyer alive! Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsumi, who asked me to represent you. Oof. Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London with little in the way of experience or skills or luck. But I promise you this, I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Matsumi. Oh, benevolent locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsumi. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant Miss Mikutoba Esquire Esquire. That's a word? Frames, which means you know what that means. Whenever we're losing 66% frames, it's worthless. Okay, let's make a text box. Internet is dying. Fuck Comcast. Plus, I'm Luis today. There you go. Wah 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 wah. Bum 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 bum. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum bum bum. Ba ba dum ba dum ba ba dum ba dum. Da 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 da. Ba ba dum ba dum ba ba dum ba dum ba ba dum ba dum bum. See, this would if I actually had an entire VTuber model, this could be what it'd be like. We could have like I don't even know what to say. I wouldn't even know what to say. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. A flick of the wrist. What is that lyrics to that song? I've got. I just want to work.
If I mention a name, who did I say is playing third?
No, who's playing first?
Stay off of first, will you?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, what's the guy's name on third base?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
There I go, back on third again.
Well, I can't change their names.
Will you please stay on third base, Mr. Broadhurst?
Now, what is it you want to know?
What base?
What is the fella's name on second base?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. You got an outfield?
Oh, sure.
Man, I may as well
Got
just
a good outfield?
quit streaming for the day
The
or
left
something
fielder's
because
name,
I can't
why?
even stream for 15 minutes. I didn't even
I
get to
just
stream for
thought I'd
15
ask
minutes.
you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Then tell me who's playing left field.
Who is playing first?
Wah 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 wah. It's just disappointing. Bum ba bum ba da da dum ba bum ba da da dum ba da 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 dum ba bum ba bum ba bum. You are not receiving enough. Video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers are experienced buffering. Bum ba da bum ba dum bum bum. I'm dying. 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 I think anyone will get mad if I just play Mental Omega for a bit. I know this will probably just trigger the stream to be like, ah, you can't monetize it, but it's Capcom. Let's face it, I couldn't monetize even if I wanted to. Fucking Capcom. Fucking Capcom. Ace Attorney is apparently above Mental Omega. That's not right. That should be in here. And this should be in here. And this should be in here. Well, I was wondering, what the heck? Why is it like that? And then I came to the realization, oh, I know why it's like that, because I never put these in the game folder like I'm supposed to do. Okay, what do we do? I don't know. What do I do? What was I trying to accomplish? I know what I was trying to accomplish. I was trying to find maps to play that would be fun. And I was like, shit, man, this is hard. Fighting multiple phone AI. It really gets horrible when you start getting up to 3 phone AI. I can't even imagine trying to fight like a 5th one. This is the only map. Okay, I know the internet's a piece of shit right now, but this is like the only map I've played where I was playing as Foen and I found out how busted their nanofiber sync is. Literally, you can just spam night frames and lancers all fucking day and just throw them at an enemy with the nanofiber sync and they can't win. And there's the units that come out of the nanofiber sync are so like tanky. It's so dumb. It's how I discovered that it's not fun fighting against Foen. And every time I have an AI ally with me who's fighting a Foen AI, my AI ally nearly dies if I don't give them any support. If I don't give them at least the bare minimum of support, a pillbox, a sentry gun, or a Gatling gun, they just fucking fall apart. It's ridiculous how fast they fall apart. What's the matter, Zoe? Is our internet back? Nope. Dude, I could stream topless right now and nobody would be the wiser. Because my internet's just being like, whoop, too bad. You may be topless, but nobody's watching. Because your internet's a piece of garbo. A piece of garbo. This looks like a fun map. Oh, wait, I've done this one already. Wait, I've done this one before? Oh, I know why. I remember I have done this one before. It's because I did this map for fun. But it's a 2v2. What happens if I try to do it as a 1v3, though? I don't know. What would happen? Gee, what should I play as, then? I don't know. What do we pick, I don't know what Pacific Front can do against a foe and enemy. So why don't we find out? Doesn't really matter where I place them. But the Teal AI has to be the farthest away. That's the only thing that matters. This might be a map where I can actually turn on mental AI boost. However, I'm still gonna get attacked by a bajillion air units. So, okay. Well, let's do this then. I'm gonna become Luis again, because screw it. I'm also gonna trash that item and trash pick up the model movement on locked. There we go. That's great. Unlock all the items. There we go. Move that to there, and then unlock me, and then zoom in, zoom in. Hey, why don't I just play topless then? What happens if I try to do that? Where are my nipples? What? Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum. There. Everything is fine. We're playing as Louise, and nobody can see anything. Ha 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 ha. You know what? I'm curious about this. Bomb, how much do you see? Why is the stream good only with mental omega? I don't know. It's still not green though. That's the problem. Anyway, I'm just gonna launch one of these games and just play. Let's see if this thing is working just fine. I should have a cam capture for mental omega just automatically. Do I not? I must not have one. How do I not have just a straight up game capture for mental omega? That doesn't. Clearly, I fucked up somewhere. Game capture. Mental omega client. No, Mega. It's just Mental Omega. Because I apparently don't have a fucking Mental Omega capture. Capture specific window Mental Omega. There we go. And we move this down here. Where to go? I lost it. Where to go? Where'd my Mental Omega go? I just had it, and I lost it. Hello? Where'd you go? Don't tell me I put you in there. Don't go in there. Transform, edit, transform. 1600, 900. And I put that down there. There we go. Luis only. No, stop. No, stop. It's bad. I get it. It's fine. Okay. What? I own these already? Automatically? Damn. Where's my power? Wait, they don't cost power? Cool. I didn't know that. For some reason, I didn't know that. How long can I last against 3 fucking phone AI? I don't really know. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 bum.
Unit ready. Construction complete. Building.
Oh god, the stream is pretty far back.
Unit ready.
Jeez, it's that far back, dude. I just am sad. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. On the move.
Structure garrison. Unit ready.
Move out.
Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Who's next? On the move. Some action.
Tanks on the talent show right away, sir.
Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Structure garrison.
Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum,
Training.
bum, 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 bum,
Unit
bum,
ready.
bum, bum.
Sir, yes, sir. Hooah!
Oh man, I need that tech expand. I need everything in this fucking place.
Yes, sir. Double time.
Training. Unit ready.
Bum, 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 bum.
New construction
Bum, bum,
options.
bum, bum.
Building.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Need a repair?
Unit ready.
Need a repair?
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Construction complete. Tech building captured. Tech building captured. Unit ready.
Who's next? Moving out.
Man, I need everything. I need all this shit. Give me a bunch of engineers.
Unit ready.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, dum, ba, ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba, bum.
Squared away, sir.
Get over there and start capturing things. Ba-dum-ba-bum, ba-da-bum. Let's start with this,
Plans right here.
and then build a power plant
Unit
after I
ready.
build this war factory. Get that.
Right here. Engineering.
Construction complete.
Get this.
Tech defense
Engineering.
captured.
Get that.
Studying blueprints.
New construction options.
Aki's playing as Alice? Yeah, I'm playing a specific front for God's sakes.
Building. On hold. Cancel. Tech building captured. Tech defense captured. Unit ready. Construction complete. Structure garrison.
Sir, let's move out.
Building.
Oh shit, they're right
Unit
there.
ready. Our base is under attack.
On the move.
Construction complete.
On my way.
Structure garrison. Building. Building.
I really want to protect this thing, because this is now my only way to get out here.
Construction complete. Training. Unit ready.
Sir, yes, sir. Let's move out. Right away.
I also need to take out this AI really close by to me, because I don't want him to be up near me.
Ready.
Bum, 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 bum.
Engineering.
Bum, 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 bum.
Unit ready.
There's a secret lab.
Construction complete.
Never fuck with Lancers, man. They hurt. They hurt a lot.
Unit ready.
I need more of those.
Building. New construction options. Building. Construction complete.
Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, shit. There's a bunch of tanks. These last Bastion tanks. Yep, they're last Bastion tanks. Oh boy, that's gonna be great.
Options.
I really need an arsenal gear. I mean, I have the thing, but it's probably gonna be a good idea to... Oh, I forgot this thing can repair shit. Hey! Our internet's back! Finally!
Repairing.
Ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, bum.
Cancel.
Ba-dum, bam, bam.
Construction complete. Unit lost.
Doom, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom,
Unit
ba-doom.
promoted.
This would be so much easier if I was Soviets, though. Let's face it. Obviously, it'd be so much easier if I was Soviets. Let's get this thing going.
Cannot
We need Black Eagles. We're fighting a 1v4 pretty much. Where's my dog? I lost the dog at some point.
Complete.
Bum, ba-dum, bum. Bam, bam, ba-dum, bam.
New construction
Bam,
options.
bam, ba-dum,
Building.
bam. Bam, ba-ba-bum, ba-dum, bum.
Construction complete.
We're gonna need Zephyrs.
Building. Cannot
I don't know what I need to
Unit
make them work,
Training.
but it's gotta be
Unit
something,
ready.
right? Tonight's a mental omega day. Can you fucking believe
Unit
that?
ready.
Da-da-dum.
Unit promoted. Unit ready. Unit promoted.
Ba-da-dum, ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum,
Unit ready.
ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum.
Solid on the mark, sir. On the mark, sir. On the mark, sir. No match.
Unit ready.
Let's try what we got. Let's move out.
Structure garrison.
Got it.
Bum, bum, bam, bam, ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-ba. These
Structure
motherfuckers.
garrison.
Ba-da-dum, ba-da-ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. What?
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
You're not letting up.
Structure garrison. Unit lost.
That's
Construction
annoying.
complete.
That's a little annoying.
Promoted.
This is what I get, right, for not paying attention to that?
Training. Unit ready. On
Need
hold.
that nuclear sniper
Unit
drone?
ready.
Yeah, I really do need that nuclear
Building.
sniper drone, to be honest.
Tech building lost.
I don't really mind losing that. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Unit promoted. Building. Construction complete. Unit promoted. Unit ready. Building. On hold. Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack.
Yo, it's still alive.
Unit ready.
Still alive,
Unit
still
ready.
alive. Da-da-da. Hey Nori, I'm gonna need you up here.
Construction
No, no, no,
complete.
no! You do not get that! You do not take that!
Repairing. Unit ready.
Wait, I'm fighting all of- oh shit. I'm fighting all of them. That explains why there's so much variety. Normally, okay, fun fact about this. Whenever I actually fight the AI, at least all the phone AI, I always get like 2 copies of the same one, sometimes 3. This is the first time I have fucking Wings of Coronia, Last Bastion, and Highhead fighting me at the same time. It's appropriate that Wings of Coronia had to be the fucking Teal AI, though.
Unit ready. Building. Building.
Oh, Pacific Front versus the entire foreign revolt. It's gonna be great. You know it's gonna be fucking fantastic. Bum, bum, bam, bam. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Training.
Ah, see? I see you bastards coming that way. That's why I'm building a whole bunch of base defenses everywhere, especially on the front
Select
side.
target. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
Probably gonna need a little bit more defense, though. Yeah, probably gonna need a little bit more defense.
Unit
Bum,
ready.
ba-dam,
Unit promoted.
bam, bam.
Structure garrison.
If you were playing versus Epsilon, it would have been perfect. Yeah, but there's no 5th enemy here. Imagine that, though. That'd just be
Construction complete.
awful. Wait, what does Pacific Front have for... They have hailstorms. So these guys are
Unit
considered
ready.
3 then. I have 4. And this is 5. True Act 3 moment.
Complete.
But unfortunately, Norio doesn't exist. Let me put this air purifier right up here.
Unit ready. Unit promoted. Building.
repair?
Construction complete. Building.
Hey, you want to think? You know what I think is kind of funny? I get the feeling that the AI is going to sneak something back here. I don't know why I think that. I just feel like they're going to do that. Because the AI would absolutely do that. They would absolutely throw something behind me. Because they're a bunch of dicks.
Unit promoted.
What? You guys have fucking... No! That's bullcrap.
Our base is under attack. Unit promoted.
That's such bullshit.
Repairing.
You can't do that. That's not how that works. Wait, Luis gameplay? Yeah, it's Luis gameplay today. I don't know why I felt like playing as Luis today, but I did. There's a fucking Air Force command somewhere. I need to take
Unit
care of it.
promoted.
My poor fucking things are getting wrecked. Do 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 do.
Unit promoted. Repairing.
Cannon grease and ready for fire.
Select target.
Cannon grease and
Bam,
ready.
bam, 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 bam. I don't know where to bet a Hyperion. Which one is Highhead? Highhead is... No, I'm sorry, not Highhead. Wings of Coronia. Wings of Coronia is teal, which means teal is coming from that direction, which means they're sent directly this way. So right here would be a good spot, like, for a Hyperion. So I'm gonna drop one of these just because I can. How you doing, Zyric, by the way? My internet's been falling apart. So I was like, you know what? Let's just play some Mental Omega for the time being.
Training.
Adjusting turret angle.
Unit ready. Building. Defense upgraded. Unit promoted.
Bringing guard.
Unit ready.
Thank you, Norio. Thank you so much, Norio.
Lost.
Oh, you
Base
dicks!
is under attack.
Oh,
Unit
you
promoted.
dicks! Why?
Construction complete.
I can't do anything when you do that to me. There's literally no counter to it.
Unit lost.
Yes, Commander.
God.
Unit promoted. Unit ready. Unit promoted. Ore miner under attack.
I really want to put it right there. But I'll have to settle for putting it in a
Unit
corner.
promoted.
Ba-dum, ba-bum.
Unit promoted. Building.
Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum. Will I put one over here too?
Unit ready.
Nah, we're good. I am running out of cash though.
Ready as ever. Chronominer reporting.
Ah, see? Look at this bullcrap. Thank you, Hyperion, which means I'm going to put the next one right there.
Adjusting turret
Where
angle.
is that stupid, like...
Select target. Construction complete.
Wait. If value slide's any indication... No,
Unit
it's not.
promoted. Unit
I
ready.
thought maybe I could use some logic to find it. Unless... No. Here's a good attempted guess.
Commando ready as ever. Chronominer reporting for duty.
Unit ready.
I don't need the experimental workshop right here, to be honest, but it's like the best spot I could put it in.
New construction
So
options.
we'll just leave it there.
Building. Low power.
No!
Unit promoted.
I need power.
I have the tools.
It's fine.
Unit lost.
I'm back and got some food. Welcome back. Did I hear you ask me what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm asking how you're doing. I'm always gonna ask how you're doing, friend.
Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Construction complete. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit promoted.
Bringing guard.
Repairing.
Oh, my Norio died somewhere.
Construction complete. Unit lost.
See, this is what I mean. These guys are so busted.
Unit lost. Unit promoted.
I'm getting my shit pushed in now.
Unit lost. Defense upgrade.
Oh.
Unit lost. Training. Unit lost. Unit ready. Ore miner under attack.
Oh.
Upgraded. Unit promoted. Repairing. Ore miner under attack.
Can maybe this
Our
have
base is
saved
under
me?
attack.
Right now,
Technology stolen.
I'm seeing pretty. What? How did they manage to do that?
Repairing. Unit ready.
Norio, help me. Help me, they hurt. Where's my black eagles?
Ore miner under attack. Repairing. Building. Our base is under attack.
Look at how strong they are, man. Look at that. I need more everything. I need more, so much more.
Defense upgraded.
They're tearing Norio apart right now. Jesus fuck, just leave.
Ready. Ore miner under attack. Repairing. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Building. Unit ready. Unit promoted. Repairing. Unit promoted. Defense upgraded. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Construction complete. Unit ready. Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Unit lost.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Building.
I don't think your internet's doing as fine as I am. Dude, my internet is just a garbo situation. They're tearing my shit apart,
Unit
though.
lost. Unit promoted. Unit lost.
Do I have a 2? I don't have a 1. You guys are 1 now. Congratulations, you've been promoted.
Defense upgraded.
I'm out of fucking money.
Defense upgraded. Unit lost. Repairing.
Where
Promoted.
is this thing hitting me from?
Construction complete.
You see that blue orb thing happening, right? Where is that unit hitting me from? Because I don't
Unit
see it.
ready. Construction complete. Unit
Ow.
promoted. Repairing. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
This is so painful.
Select
I've
target.
got a lightning storm.
Reinforcements
Let's use it on the
ready.
tower.
Unit promoted.
Nice.
Unit ready. Unit promoted.
Oh shit. That's real bad. That's so bad. That is so bad. Bro, that is horrible. I can't beat that.
Select target. Ore miner under attack. Unit promoted. Unit lost.
I need them to kite around to the...
Unit lost.
Oh,
Our base
God.
is under attack.
And I have no anti-air. Love it. Hey, Hyperions, I need your help, dude. Oh, that's just disgusting.
Repairing. Unit ready. Repairing.
Pushing away. Up and over.
This is ridiculous,
Under
dude.
attack.
Oh, this sucks. This sucks right here. I need blizzard tanks.
On hold.
I need money. I need blizzard tanks. I need... Somebody save my life.
Building. Our base is under attack. Construction complete.
At least the Alankas are slow as hell. Yeah, but they're also attacking my poor Hailstorm's ships. You know how messed up that is?
Repairing. Unit ready.
Ba-dum-bum, 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 bum-bum,
Our
ba-dum-bum.
base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Defense upgraded. Select target.
Cannon
Some say the world will end in ice.
Repairing.
What happened to my, like...
Today's forecast.
I had an ultra miner out there for a minute, and then it was dead.
Adjusting telescope sights active.
Repairing. Unit ready. Select target. Unit promoted.
I am very surprised the AI didn't capture this. They could be harassing me even so much more right now. But they didn't.
Ready to soar.
Unit ready. Repairing. Our base is under attack.
I have no good answer to anything being thrown at me right now. No!
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Tempest Arc. Oh, of course, it's the fucking Wings of Coronia enemy that's a million miles away. Oh. Do I have anything I can do against this?
Unit promoted.
I haven't even revealed them. That's the worst part. They even have a Harbinger as well. Man!
Unit ready.
Man!
Defense upgraded. Repairing. Unit promoted.
Check out.
Unit ready.
No! 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 No!
Unit lost.
You bitch!
Repairing.
No!
Reinforcements ready. Unit promoted.
Oh, I'm so screwed, dude. I am super fucking screwed.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
And Tarshir cannons, because why not?
Ready. Repairing. Unit promoted.
And there's the Harbinger popping out from the grave. I think I have Hyperions, but still.
Select
What do I do?
target.
What do I actually
Our base
do?
is under attack. Unit ready. Select target.
From out of the blue.
Select target. Unit promoted.
They're like, maybe this. That's risky as fuck to do that. No. I'm just gonna have to do that. She did her job and did it well. Nah, she got only one kill. We're
Unit
good.
Lost.
That's not good, though.
Repairing.
How much health do you have, you bastard?
Our base is under attack.
Did I do
Unit
anything to
promoted.
this? Not even
Select
close.
target.
See if I can at least try to do something.
Defense upgrade.
Power related, maybe? I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish.
Select target. Unit promoted.
As I said, the Harbinger is annoying. Yes, it is.
Unit promoted. Ore miner under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted.
You know, I could probably try to send them that way.
Got no place to hide.
I took up the Harbinger. Interesting.
Unit promoted.
Engineering. Analyzing
Repairing.
schematics.
Ore miner under attack.
Bastards.
Eagle reporting. Let's
Dun,
check
dun,
them
dun,
out.
dun, dun. Another one. I'm still not able to do any pushes though. We gotta get this. We gotta get this
Unit
power
lost.
thing going.
Training. Unit ready. Unit lost. Repairing. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
At your service.
Eagle squadron.
Well, they tried, but it was just too much.
Unit lost.
I mean, I knew what I was expected to see there, but man,
Unit ready.
I built 10 there.
Our base
Yeah,
is
no, I'm
under
gonna get hit with the
attack.
Tempest Architect, and I have no any way to save that.
Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
Interestingly enough, despite having the experimental workshop, I don't have,
Building. On
I
hold.
think it comes from the, oh,
Unit
really?
lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
This is so unlikely to work because of everything they have. I found this, though.
Unit promoted.
It has double the health of a Quetzal and better tier of armor. Yeah, and it's very strong.
Technology stolen.
I don't know how you managed to steal that technology, but screw you.
Select target.
I like how they're so stuck right now they can't get out of their buildings, but that Tempest Architect's still gonna come in and smack the ever-living crap out of me. Oh, great.
Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit ready. Ore miner under attack. Repairing. Ore miner under attack. Defense upgraded. Construction complete. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit ready.
I'm concerned where they're gonna hit me with that damn Tempest Architect. 'Cause there's nothing, there's nowhere I can really get defense right now.
Unit lost. Defense upgraded. Repairing. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Ore miner under attack.
Ah, these guys have that.
Construction complete. Ore miner.
Why don't you expand your base a little more on the up part and some mines on the bridge? The mines would be a pretty good idea.
Unit
But I
lost.
am in such a... I'm just in a bad spot in general, so nothing's really gonna work.
Ore miner under attack. Training. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Select target. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Training. On hold. Training. Repairing. Unit promoted. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Unit ready. Ore miner under
And I should have had a navy. That's what I should have done.
Unit promoted. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Structure abandoned. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack. Building. Unit promoted. Ore miner under attack. Structure abandoned. Construction complete. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Here is an introduction.
Unit lost.
I'm your man. Don't man you. We're uncrushable. Reposition ready. On the mark, sir. Right away, sir.
Building.
Victory.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
Can I do another
Unit
chronolith
lost.
when they try to do that?
Unit
Probably.
promoted. Select
I'm gonna
target.
lose my fucking refinery though. And a power
Building.
plant, so let's just start rebuilding
Unit
a power
promoted.
plant.
Select target. Select target. Structure sold. Repairing. Construction complete. Structure abandoned. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
Man.
Select target. Power sabotage.
And the power sabotage
power.
comes on in.
Unit lost. Structure abandoned. Building. Defense upgraded. Repairing. Repairing. Unit promoted. Construction complete. Building. Unit promoted.
You would think I'm getting hit by, like...
Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit promoted.
like a mental AI boosted enemy, but I'm pretty sure this is not mental AI boosted. Anyway, they destroyed my weather controller. Big whoop at this point.
Construction complete. Building.
Dude, this Tarsier cannon is extremely
Unit
annoying.
promoted. Unit lost. Repairing. Unit promoted. Select target.
Lost the frickin' thing over there. I can't defend everything. It's ridiculous. What am I missing here? I'm missing 4 Navy SEALs and a couple Guardian GI.
Reinforcements ready. Unit ready. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Training. Technology stolen.
At this point, just
Unit
do whatever the
promoted.
fuck you feel like, you bastards.
Unit ready. Technology stolen. Technology stolen. Unit ready. Technology stolen. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit ready.
Dude, I don't even know what happened to you guys. You guys just took a bajillion damage. I don't know from what.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
Yep, there goes a whole bunch of my shit.
Radar sabotage.
And my radar's been sabotaged.
Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit ready.
I hate when they radar sabotage because there's really nothing you can do about it.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Repairing. Select target. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost. Unit lost. Repairing. Repairing.
What am I gonna do? I don't think I can do anything.
Building.
Another Tempest Architect on top of that, and an Air and Navy?
Under attack. Select target.
I think this is GG. With Pacific Front, I'm just GG.
Repairing. Select target. Cannot deploy here. New construction options. Training. Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Select target. Our base is under attack. Unit
Oh
lost.
my god, as soon as I build the engineers, they get
Promoted.
killed.
Our base is under attack.
Being in this point of view phone really damn strong. Especially when there's 3 of them. They really shit all over the Pacific Front though.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost.
Can't even sell
Our
it
base
fast
is
enough.
under attack.
I don't even have anyone mining either. I'm actually just outright
Select
dead at this
target.
point.
Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted.
Did I even get the engineers out? That's the worst part about this.
Unit promoted. Unit
I
lost.
have 2 of them out.
Construction complete. Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
By the way, this was against if this was against the player on the first Tempest plus Harbinger, you would have insta-lose if you didn't have another MCV. Yeah, I can believe
Unit
it.
promoted.
I can very much believe it.
Construction complete. Unit lost. New construction options. Building. Training. Unit promoted. Unit ready. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
Need a repair?
Unit lost.
Look at this bullshit, dude. They just do this. This is just the thing they do every single time. All I'm trying to do is get my Saragis to repair my troops. I can't even do that.
Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Building. Our base is under attack.
Walkers engaged.
Together we shall destroy them.
Unit lost. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Training.
It is our duty.
Unit lost.
Battle tortoise on the alert.
Our base is
We
under
shall
attack.
not waver. Prepared for war.
Unit promoted.
Let's
Our
make a
base is
war
under
plan.
attack. Unit promoted. Repairing. Repairing. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit ready.
I have an Ultra Dome. I don't have an Ultra Dome. I was hoping I did.
Unit promoted.
Support unit on standby.
Some say the world will be
Prepared for
nice.
war.
Unit lost.
Some say the world will be nice.
Together we shall destroy them.
Hi, Zoe. I just noticed something that would boost my base layout. Really? Oh, what have you figured out so far?
To battle.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit promoted. Building.
Thermal impression cannon ready.
Repairing.
There. Support unit on standby. AC set to maximum.
Let's make a war plan. To battle. Leave none alive. We will lead the charge. Wipe them out.
Unit promoted. Construction complete. Unit promoted. New construction options.
Man, these disruptor thingies are actually kind of squish.
Unit promoted.
That or blizzard tanks doing a godly amount of damage.
Target. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit promoted. Unit lost. Unit lost.
I think that this is going to be a GG now. I don't have enough everything to just defend.
Unit promoted.
I'm gonna move this now.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
You know, a suppressor would have been pretty good in these damn things, to be honest.
Repairing. Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted.
MCVs are really tanky, so just put somewhere where we receive support powers. It can make the AI player don't want to use on the base because they waste for nothing. But these structures are pretty weak, but fast to build a new one. I guess that's probably a good idea.
We go to fight.
Another Tempest Architect. I don't know where this is gonna fire.
Unit lost.
On my frickin'
Our
on
base
that.
is under attack. Unit lost. New construction options. Repairing. Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Low power. Structure abandoned. Unit promoted.
I don't even have my Chrono Lift anymore because they took out my Chronosphere?
Repairing.
No.
Our
They
base
took
is
something
under
out that has screwed me.
attack. Unit promoted.
Bum, 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 bum. Can I ever recover my
Our
power?
base is under attack.
Probably.
Yes, sir. We'll take 'em. Victory will be ours. Elect
Like
base
2
is
barracks and
under
a
attack.
power plant? Yeah, but the
Building.
problem is I'm also just straight up running out of
Repairing.
cash.
Our base is under attack. Unit lost. Repairing. Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
Engineering. Moving. Analyzing schematics.
Let's make a walk.
Our base is under attack.
Oh, it's so strong. I just don't have the power. I think it's just GG for sure, no matter what I try to do.
We go to fight.
Our base is under attack. Power sabotage.
And then they sabotaged my power just because they could. What a bunch of dicks.
Technology stolen.
Technology stolen.
Our base is under attack.
Ba-dum-ba-bum-bum-bam.
Technology stolen. Unit promoted.
Oh, the tech expansion pills doesn't work if
Our
you
base
have
is under attack.
no power.
Our base is under attack.
Well, it was a good defense while it lasted, but I
Our base
couldn't
is
even
under attack.
cinch killing off this first AI. And then it just went downhill from there. If there wasn't super weapons though, if there wasn't super weapons, it'd probably be fine.
Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Ore miner under attack. Unit promoted.
I think the only good way to deal with this mission and for one overall is to expand the base. It's very hard to expand the base though.
Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Unit promoted. Unit promoted.
Packed up and ready.
What I should have had, maybe that might have worked, would be more,
Under attack.
oh yeah, look, there's every one of my... And I can't keep microing all my units either because they keep getting, what is it? They keep getting hit with that stupid Chaos Touch? Chaos Touch is horrible. It's so bad. There's like no counter to it.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack.
Fucking Rings of Coronia.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit promoted. Unit promoted.
There's nothing I can do. That's the last building I have, and they're gonna destroy them in like...
Unit lost.
Yep.
You have lost.
Jesus, fuck. I still got almost 1,200 kills. Looks like my connection's good. If it's good, then let's go back to, this. I haven't had a chance to do any of this. What did I miss just now? Okay, yeah. Mr. Natsumi, counsel for the defense. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. Finally, we can keep going. Alright then, Mr. Natsumi, it's time. Let's go. Yes! Yes! Did I bring back the cow? Let's bring back the cow. Hi! Wow. Let's hope the connection keeps up, huh? Plus, it's only 7 o'clock, so yay. Now it's cow gameplay. Cow! Moo! Where's my items? Where's my items? Woo! Wait, there's my items. Woo! This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. I wish I was ready for the fight against Fowen. Though I guess maybe to be fair, maybe Pacific Front wasn't a good choice to fight 1v4. Or, I'm sorry, 1v3. Hi, Zoe. 10 a.m. The Old Bailey. Courtroom. Zoe. 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 In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. The Nepalese are a truly fascinating breeze. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur. Dude, I wish to not get that exhausted playing MO. I don't get exhausted playing MO, I get happy. Even if I get my ass rocked, it's fun. It gives me an opportunity. The reason I'm doing so many, what do you call it? So many skirmish games against foe and AI is because I'm trying to see what each sub-faction is capable of doing to Foein and where the biggest threats are. That's why I was like asking myself, okay, what's the biggest threat to a Charon tank? Because I quickly discovered that they didn't really have a counter, which is why it took me so fucking long to figure out that they do have a counter, and it's a very micro-intensive counter. They actually have a counter to everything, but it's in one unit. But at least to stop you from getting erased from time, you know, it's a pretty good unit to have around to stop you getting erased. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is the appropriate description. And I don't know a good way to counter a unit, I just use a pure brute force. Yeah, well, try brute forcing a line of Charon tanks with only Foein units. You quickly realize every single Foein unit that tries to fight it just disappears. Even a Mastodon, who I feel like would have the best shot, just gets erased. Diver Bees? Yeah, they don't really... You're trading even amounts of money to try and take out a Charon tank with Diver Bees. So that's the reason why I'm, like, fighting Foein so much right now. Plus, it gives me good practice on, like, what counter works the best. So far, I've noticed that Rocketeers are just amazing against most of the Foein units, except for Night Frames. One Night Frame will solo a Rocketeer without so much trouble. Also why I discovered that, yeah, that's the only reason I discovered Charon tanks are so strong. America doesn't have anything really good against, Foein. Their units are really, like, squish compared to, well, like a Battle Tortoise, of course. I think the worst sub-faction that deals with Foein would probably be China, which is hilarious when you think about that. But again, they're Soviets though, so they have, as soon as they build a war factory, they have instant counter to one-shot lance, or pretty much every infantry that Foein can throw at them, and it only costs 500. Epsilon has a big advantage, and it's all because of mind control. That's it. Some units don't get mind controlled, obviously, but the vast majority of Foein units get hit with mind control. Yeah. Kinda, unless you have a flying unit that can do a little of everything, and you decide to spam it against Foein. Foein really does not like to send anti, like, they don't send specialized anti-air against your air units. Tata did that, he just obliterated me. We need more of them, whatever those anti-air units are called that only target anti-air. It's like the Aeroblaze, but stronger. Suzato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Very true. And a most fascinating, if dark, trial it was, too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate violent end. Yeah, he got burned alive. The thing is, the only good anti-air I had that I could keep up with him was the Tier 1 AA unit. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I still wonder about the Alonkia and why it's like it's an air unit that only targets air units. I feel like it should at least have like a gun of some sort to target ground units, but I don't know. I mean, how much do they cost? How much do Alonkias cost? Thank you, councils. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? What the fuck is he doing here? Oh, that's bad. I don't want him being here. I know you. You never know when you might be down in your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Don't know you. Oh, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. The Alonkia is the anti-air unit that, Wings of Coronia get? I think it's Wings of Coronia can build it. Oh, well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. No, you are not. I know you, too. Oh, and it's her as part of the maid? Or, sorry, the wife? I'm afraid to say I think it's quite possible that Mustache Foreigner did the deed. There's 6 jury members? Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Eh? Sorry, didn't quite catch that. How expensive? Like, are we talking 2,800 or something? 2,500? Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zeeks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with the rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsumi. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act. Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst. Bloody oath they are. Can't believe this guy is part of the jury. 2050 is how much they cost? Damn. That's pricey as fuck for that dude. And they can't even defend themselves against a ground unit. Just look at that shallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Wow. Come on, let's get this over with. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Eh? Sorry, didn't quite catch that. This fucking old man. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. It's not the first time you did it, man. It's like the 4th time now, overall. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. The old me is basically now watching your stream most of the time. I appreciate it, though. The old man in you. We need more people to come watch, though. We need more people to simp for Luis. He's the mascot. Pretty much. Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? I simped for the egg because of Monogatari. Wait, that egg that's on her head? Why is that a reference to that? Platinum dance starts. The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. I beg your pardon, Inspector. Thought to be. Yes. Having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. She's still not back? That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since? Fucking hell. That was not a standard knife then. You don't just go into a coma for 3 days plus after being stabbed in the back. That's just not how that works. That knife would have had to have been laced with something. What? They don't even know who she is for sure? The Sisters of Aragi use a clip of an egg on her head. Really? Man, I just really like that egg up there. I don't know why, though. I just really like it. Comatose. I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map. It's a map I have, too. I have this one. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. Thoroughfare. I can't pronounce that word. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. Being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Damn. By the way, Aragi is the protagonist. I still need to check out this Monogatari thing. I do have it, actually. I have the first one, because I said I was going to buy the first one at least, and if I like the series, I'll continue, with the series. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. The case file has been entered into the court record. A file containing an overview of the case and details about the victim. She was found with a knife in her back and is currently in a hospital, yet to regain consciousness. What of the weapon used? Let's take a look at the court record real quick. Can I examine this a little bit more? Yeah, here we go. Details. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. Victim, olive green, female, stout build, early 20s. Location, pavement of Briar Road, east side. Reporting officer, Rowley Beats. There's a second page. Additional notes. The victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from a single stab wound from a large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. I would recommend the Kizu Monogatari or the Just Kizu to be easy. Remember to start the anime. Wait, there's an anime along with it? What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It's a fucking switch knife? It was removed from the victim's back. Ouch, that big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even the scrag looking so Seki-san, I suppose. There's an anime of what? Monogatari? Yeah, there's an anime of that? A common or garden jackknife, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Jackknife. A large but commonplace folding knife. It was found lodged in the victim's back. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? Dude, I only know the anime. Huh? Wait, hold on. Now I'm confused here. I'm opening up Steam real quick. What was it that... Someone made me get something. On Steam. Apparently there's an update for Crab Champions. Oh, I'm mixing it up. Okay, Monogatari is something different. I'm thinking of Danganronpa. I can't pronounce that name. Danganronpa. That one. I'm thinking of that game. Now then. From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim? I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsumi, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. Damn. If that's the case, then there is no motive. Oh, they're very different to each other. What kind of, actually? Are they still... What are... Dagon... I cannot... I mean, I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing that name until I've more etched in my brain. I know it's the same supposedly as Ace Attorney, otherwise Dom wouldn't recommend it to me. But what is Monogatari about?
Yes!
If theft and grievance had been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsumi possibly have had for stabbing the young woman? Yeah, exactly, Ryo. You're talking the same language I'm talking. Yet you arrested the man in spite of that. in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Objection!
Oh. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. What a dick! That's such a waste of money. But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. Damn. Kind of hard to explain because this anime is kind of a little of everything. Monogatari has a category, then there's isekai animes. More category than isekais. What? What's the main category then? Slice of life, shonen, shoujo. Like, what are we dealing with here? Slice of life? Okay then, I see. That tells me a lot then. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary... Constabulary... What? Constabulary? How do you pronounce that word?
Constabulary.
Constabulary, okay. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponi student. Student. Yes, sir. But it has shonen, fantasy, gore, supernatural, mystery, harem, psychology. What the fuck is that anime? That's a lot of shit. Mr. Natsumi's arrest. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog? No, there wasn't. There was a heavy fog. Visibility was reasonably good. There was no one else but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from the bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to. We found the bloke to arrest them. It was heavy fog, not light fog. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime taken immediately after the incident. Oh, they're calling it photograph now. Imagine a slice of life that actually tries to be life instead of a slice. I'm trying to wrap my head around that, but I can't. Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books in which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. Photograph of the scene taken by a policeman just after the incident occurred. A large knife can be seen thrust into the victim's back. Hi, Bomb. Welcome back. The internet's back. I'm also a cow again. We got the... We're just now getting into the case. I think you already know what part we're at, though. You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, Forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as he put it. What are you doing, Miss Susato? Do go on. Mr. Natsumi has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now you mention it. When we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had happened. As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat. She was as she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out this little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slab of stone at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. Nipponese. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the word right. A green overcoat. Oh, that's exactly what the woman in that print is wearing. Oh my, photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? Wait till you see videos. Pacific Frontiers. I got my ass handed to me, by the way, in that little game. Too many, Once the Tempest Architect started coming out, it became a race against time of whether or not I could actually take out at least one AI. The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time, just two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. Phone revoltees. A fact that the accused concedes. Ugh. It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, Consul. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn tables here. It's our only chance. Well, first off, the fog. I have to also check my court record thing, because I could have sworn... Oh, there is nothing here about it. Okay. Let's just, press. Just trying to find the button for press. Couldn't find it. Pacific mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is good. I don't want a sandwich now. A light fog, you say? Well, light for London. Oh. You could see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. I've read that London is famous for its fog, but in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. Tisk, how quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Damn. I've never been in that heavy of a fog before. Indeed, the other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Ugh. Suzato-san and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. This guy, man. Visibility was reasonably good and there's no one else about but the victim and the accused. Not what I was told, though. How are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend, because that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. Ah yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. That is correct, ma'am. Then we must hear their testimony. The prosecution will, of course, call them to the stand. Should it be necessary. But wait a minute! At 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen... Minus 0.5 desk HP? I'm unaware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in the night by gas streetlights. We learned about this yesterday. Well, I mean, I say yesterday. We learned about this when talking to the Scotland Yard. The prosecution believes there had been ample light by which for the witness to witness the crime. Quite. Here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. Bullshit. Kinda. Which means we really need to hear those witnesses' statements. If I could just get through the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to. It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue with your testimony, Inspector. Oh! Hold it! From behind, you say? That's right. As you can see from this print. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in a critical condition, comatose no less. I'm afraid so, my lord, yes. She's been treated at Bart's. It's hopeful that she'd come around before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. Eh? On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid. This poor guy, he's getting roasted everywhere. Hughes ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Mr. Natsumi's belongings, I think you'll find it's all there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. Oh. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsumi had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape he might have had before he even knew it was there. You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord. Yes.
Hold it!
Maybe I need to prove how many books he was carrying? I don't know. The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. Dang, he lives... That's amazing. To be able to just live down the street from a bookshop? Because he lives at the, Can my mouse pop up? No. He lives on that, If you look at Gregson's name, right above Sun, on his name, is where, Mr. Natsumi lives. He lives literally right down the road from it. That's amazing. The closest secondhand bookshop to the accused's lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Books. A little place on the corner of Briar Road and Meerstrom Street. Kind of makes him less suspicious, right? If he does it every day, I feel like it'd be fine. Yeah, look, David pointed it out. As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the other side of Briar Road at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. Yeah, pretty much. Local maps information has been updated in the court record. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. What's to say he doesn't go the other way, though? Like, he lives near there. Why would he do something like that near his house? That's what we're trying to, prove or disprove at this point. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being... Wait, what, these 3? The stock? No, the name? Orphan book? I feel like the location. Yeah, I'm thinking location. The crucial detail in what you've just told the court, Inspector, is the location of the bookshop. I couldn't agree more. So, where is it exactly? Eh? Are you winding me up, Sunshine? I just explained that! I got the map out and everything, used red bloomin' ink and drew the bloke's ride home on for you. And I distinctly remember seeing you nod along, Counsel. Oh, yes, of course. Must have been so nervous I didn't take it in. The blunder of the day goes to you, my learned friend. No, not yet. The trial's only just begun, after all. What? Mr. Naruhodo, I would strongly advise you to look carefully through the court record at this stage. Yes, miss. At once, miss. Sorry I made a mistake, miss. Inspector, continue with your testimony, please. Wait. Ah. I see. You see it? Your books, not Bourbon books.
Hold it!
You asked for the help of the famous detective Herlock Sholmes to locate the defendant, I believe. Stuff and nonsense. Sorry? That jack in office, that busybody, just comes and sticks his oar in whether we ask him in or not. But according to what I have here, Mr. Sholmes was shown this to the scene by Scotland Yard detectives. Well, that was nothing to do with me. The lads at all the scene must have done it without my permission. I'll tell them again, time and time again. Whenever something happens, send word to headquarters. Then follow your bloomin' instructions. I see. That meddler gets his hands on any details, we'll all be reading it in a Ranch magazine next month. And you can bet your last farthing I'll be in there too, stripped of all my hard work on the case. Yes, Mr. Sholmes. No, Mr. Sholmes. Aren't you clever, Mr. Sholmes? That's all the thanks I'll be getting. Inspector, if the man is proving detrimental to the Yard's activities, perhaps I should step in and deal with him? It appears Inspector Gregson is lost for words. Yes, the Reaper's words carry a lot of weight, obviously. Anyway, the point is this. That little Japanese bloke's already admitted it. He admitted those books all over the pavement at the scene were the ones he bought that day. Yeah, the thing is, though, not from Bourbon. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? If you're unable to sway the jury during this cross-examination, I'm afraid that Mr. Natsumi's fate will be sealed. Yes, they're sure to find him guilty. So, one way or another, I have to expose an undeniable inconsistency in the inspector's testimony. And I have the right slot for that. I need to press on this one, though, to get the dialogue portion I want. Bourbon book, Bourbon books. It's not Bourbon books. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your former testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Oh yeah, it is. Maybe? Oh, well, you know. I mean, yes, it could be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I can see it being of any great significance, but please revive your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? Sardonic? I've never heard that word before. He was on his way home from Bourbon Books. Nope. 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 This is the one, right? Yep. Your books.
Objection.
If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsumi's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in Iku's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. The receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume. Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsumi did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Eh? What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that, well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it. But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. Yes, for what difference it makes. Whatever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. That's the unfortunate part. But it could change his route. I disagree. I mean, after all, I have a street map. I have the street map here, if it might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would most certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It absolutely could be right. So where's the other bookshop, though? It's just right next to it. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. Turns out that Your Books is just here on the next corner of Meerschaum Street going east. Damn, that's far. He could have taken any route then. He could have even gone down Calabash Road. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he regales us with such witty witticisms. Oh man. To your future career in the circus. Grr, you put that glass down now, I'll put it down for you. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. If the accused was coming from Your Books instead of Bourbon Books, we'd have just did this way. But he still could have gone down Calabash. There's no doubt he would still have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. Where's my clown? Where's my clown nose? Ah, yes, thank you, Inspector. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. How dare you? Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Womp womp womp. Speaking of womp womp, did you guys see Shylithy's model update? As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. What did I say, eh? I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon. Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Man, this old man's gonna be annoying. Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What? What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsumi is guilty. Ah, she's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from Your Books, but I would raise the objection because I'm a fucking defendant. I have to. I'm a defense attorney. I have to. You didn't pay much attention to it? That's fair. I like the updates to her model. They look more, it looks more like my model in terms of the realism effect. That's what I feel when I see it. The shading, though, is absolutely beautiful. I love the shading. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from Your Books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsumi could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. He could have just as easily gone that way. It looks longer, more convoluted, but if some people feel more comfortable going a longer route, I don't see the problem. Hold on, I just got a text message from, Hold on, I'm just sending, the landlord responded to me about, remember how I remember how I mentioned, in Discord, if you guys are in the Discord server, you would have known this right now, but I mentioned in the Discord server that I had the Comcast tech guy come in the morning, and he said that he was able to find a potential fix for it. The problem is that I need to get permission from the landlord in order to do this, because what they suggested was drilling a hole in my wall in order to run a new wire from that wall into my room that would allow me to essentially split the connection away from all the other tenants in the apartment. Because what he noticed when he was looking at the wiring was that a majority of the tenants, like maybe 5 of them, all share one wire. The front of the apartment building, though, does not share a wire. So they're on a separate... They might be using a line, but they're on a separate line compared to the rest of us. In order to fix my issue, we would need to run a new cable line that would lead into my room. But they need to drill a hole, but they need a permission from the landlord. And the landlord is like, oh, just one hole? Sure. What email address? I can send it on Monday. I just had to give her my email. Give her the professional email, though. Is that it? There we go, yeah. Alright. Just responded to her. If the defendant used these streets, looks what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
I knew he was going to raise an objection about it. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way around. Yeah, see, I knew it. I could tell it was longer. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
The thing is, I wouldn't take any of the routes. I would just go home. Here's the thing, though. With the map, if I was coming from here, and I knew my house was on the other side of the road, a reasonable person would take this route, right? But they would cross the street and then go down to their home. Because they know their home is on the other side of the street. Why would they go this way and then cross the street? Me, when I'm thinking of it, I'm like, I want to cross the street as soon as possible to be on the route to my home as soon as possible. But if he likes walking, the dude is weird like that? Could be. Could be that too. But, aha, yes, I've got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsumi which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning, really. He claims he has no recollection. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. If that's the case, that day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. How do you not remember? I don't believe this! I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you in sight for jurors? But even if that is the case, the defense still... Man, they're all pissed. And him. I agree with Lord Van Zeeks, wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean we members of the jury are completely convinced now? Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court. Wow, this was ending quick.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
What? We're instant guilty. Not even a chance, man. Not even a fucking chance. It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably. Yeah, they literally knocked my shit in. Mr. Naruhodo? No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of Corey, not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written in antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Yeah, one time. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we should proceed with a summation examination. Can't believe I'm doing this again. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncas refusing to throw in his alley. Zoe, you lazy little kitty. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined a defendant to be guilty. Ah, great. Now we have a 6-way fucking cross-examination. Shit! The jurors' contentions. For pity's sakes, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted to himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books, yes. Nice shop, that. But Bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. What? This is not logic. This is... I mean, okay, to be fair, they're just regular jurors. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsumi's guilt now. Ugh. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. We want to force the trial to continue. Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. Damn it. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. I don't think I can. I like how the guy in the background's like eyeing me like, this motherfucker really thinks he can do this. Defense's rebuttal. For pity's sakes. Real quick, though, do we have anything that would help us right now? Man, I didn't look at this yet. What the heck? What am I doing? Why haven't I examined this knife? Jesus fuck. My cat wants to play with the toy, so I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna play with her for a second. Zoe! Taste the toy, Zoe. She lost it. Oh, okay, what am I looking at here? Nothing. There's nothing to look at this blade with. I can only hide it and unhide it. I mean, it's literally just a, what is it? Just a pocket knife at this point, so we know what a pocket knife is. I mean, I know what a pocket knife is. No! No! My bag of candy! Candy, come back! No! Come back! I have sour gummy worms right now. Hold on a minute, though. I just noticed something. Why is the tip missing? Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just look at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Miss Susato. I don't know what could have happened to it. Yes, you don't think could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear. I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. No kidding. That is kind of interesting to note, though, that I managed to notice that the tip is missing. Where the hell is the tip of the blade? Not in the blade. And it's the same knife, so I have no idea. Anyway, let's start pressing them.
Hold it!
Just the tip. Be gentle. Yabe. Be gentle to Luis. Always. Excuse me, bud. Aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling. I knew your face, or the side of it anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. It was all going swimmingly until you started fossicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young hatter pegged as criminals. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around. And the police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. Are you, though? And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. Well, he's never gonna be convinced.
Hold it!
You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite. It's precisely my point. Clearly that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. Disturbing mustache. But let us not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward. Honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? My God. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. Ugh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Oh my, you are too kind, my lord. That went well, for her. Yeah. That man wouldn't have gone around, yeah, not in the winter.
Hold it!
But you can't deny that there are other routes Mr. Snatsumi could have taken back from your books. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. And at that moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Ow. Well, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible. Oh, yes. Why is all this true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here! I've given it a lot of thought, you know. I just couldn't make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone to Calabash Road, it'd be different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would. A reason why Soseki-san might have would have taken the long way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. Would there have been a reason to go down Calabash Road? I don't think there would have been a reason. At least, I can't think of anything. And I don't have anything that would help with that.
Hold it!
Whatever's the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garrideb, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsumi his room. The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid, you understand? She's keeping up that charade? Oh, it's gonna be an awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you've been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see? It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsumi, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been in a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsumi look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Anyone can. Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. What? Spending all this time in that dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache, the man never speaks, and don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Oh dear. Poor Mr. Natsumi, how could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm. Nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She said enough damning things already. I'm kidding. You need to give me a reason, man. A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. Ah. The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. The hard slog from dawn till dusk it is. Man, I feel bad for people who work those heavy, labor jobs. So, you were digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it happened. By that old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence? That's right. Meerstrom Street it was. Meerstrom Street. Yep, there's my out. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point of that? Can't we just get the business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Tisk, fine, I'll do it then. On the day it happened, I was digging up Meerstrom Street from dawn till dusk. I need more info, please. So, if I understand correctly, you're a day laborer and you're doing road maintenance that day. That's right. Like I said, you get a lot of burst gas and water pipes underground in the middle of winter. It's the only time of year fellows like me can actually make a few bob, and I'm missing out today. And, when you say from dawn till dusk, well, the work has to be completed within the day, you see. No coaches or pedestrians can pass what's happening. I wonder if I could trouble you, sir, to mark on this street map the exact location of the work you were carrying out? Give it here, then. Let me have a look. Right. Let's see, then. There we go. Here we are, Meerstrom Street. Yes, it was just here, like. It was a tidy dig, I can tell you. We had to get through all the drifts of snow that have frozen solid. And what sort of time did you finish the work? Well, we started in the morning, and we can't have finished before gone 6, I'd say. Snow had stopped coming down, but it was long past dark for sure. That means the road work was still going on when Miss Green was attacked at around 5 o'clock. Road works on Meerstrom Street, huh?
Hold it!
I don't know, who do I present this information to, though? Sorry, fold it, you say? Fold what? No, what I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there all afternoon, and it would have to have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. My God. Just before 5, you say, exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about that time? Oh yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry, not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. He's not wrong. Knocked myself clean out, I did. Really thought my number was up. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be of extremely significant. Sorry? Extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now. It sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsumi's guilt. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. I agree, it's the irrelevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsumi of anything. That's something. You must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo, cunningly. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors again, carefully, and if any of their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against each other. I don't remember. Yes, don't hold back. Pit them all against each other. This is like the best one to pit. These two.
Objection!
These two statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel? Explain yourself. Please don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. Well, what? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3. Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on the map, said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsumi visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Mearscrim Street, making it impassable, which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Mearscrim Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course! What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? You must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement on. God damn. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So, the only conclusion is this. Defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around houses on his way back from the bookshop, but we'd see now that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes? I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. It's white! That's one! What about you, sir? Who, me? Well, alright then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in, that's what I say. Boop. We got 2! But who the heck are the 3rd and the 4th I'm gonna convince of this? We're done, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, we've managed to change a couple minds at least. It's strengthened our position somewhat. Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stances as well. They'll be asking themselves if the current leanings are really right or not. Now, if only we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsumi. We might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we gotta do. Van Zeeks is looking to bring his trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal. Unfortunately, he has to sit there and be silent the entire time because he's not allowed to, what do you call it? He's not allowed to jump in on the summation examination. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. I have to say not guilty at this point, so I can see where this trial goes from here. Whether it's digging up roads or digging up the truth, you gotta see you through to the end, haven't you?
Hold it!
I need more information on what happened here. That was around 5 o'clock, you say, at the same time as the victim was attacked. Wait a minute, I just realized maybe this guy's wearing a green coat as well. I don't know anything about the girl who was stabbed, but my dinner's on the table at the same time every day. And for the record, could you please identify the precise location of your fall? Goodness, it was eons ago. I'm not sure I can remember. It was 3 days ago. Try treasuring your memory, please. Well, let me see. It was especially slippery around about... Ah, yes, I remember now. As I was just on the corner here. What happened to you then? Well, you were right. Well, you don't get too many people down Calabash Road, you see. So there was no one around when I fell. No one around when I knocked myself out. No one around when I came to again, and no one around when I sneezed. So I picked myself up and went back to my nice, warm house where my grandchildren were waiting there for me. A sad and lonely picture you paint, sir. You were fortunate not to have frozen to death. Yes, how lucky that he wasn't more seriously injured. True, it sounds like it was very nearly another hospital admission, or worse. Ah yes, one more thing. Were you wearing that same green overcoat on the day in question? Absolutely, it's the only coat I have. Took until this morning to dry out properly. Good job, too, or I'd have nothing to wear here. So count your blessings, I say. Ho ho ho. Okay, Santa Claus. I suppose we should. This gentleman certainly had a close shave there. You've changed two of the jurors' minds, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, just 2 more to go. Delivered the finishing blow now. It's time to turn the tables here. Wish you know how to do that, Suzato takedown. I suppose words will have to suffice for now. Okay, so he's not going to be useful to me. But these two I can pit against each other because it's the only ones that make sense. Green and... try it?
Objection!
It worked. Those 2 statements clearly show a flaw in the jurors' reasonings. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable, it's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He didn't return home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are well aware of all this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously. Objection! Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim. He was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! My goodness! You mean... That's right. I'm referring, of course, to the hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was this jolly old gentleman at the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. How to tell someone they're fat when they're not fat? Well, look at that. My goodness me! Sorry, you need a pee. And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsumi saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6... Dude, no? It means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! Well, we got out of the guilty verdict. You idiot old man! If you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming about there, we'd have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but you'd like to change your leaning, I presume? I do declare that I would. I would like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you. And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Well, he's so pissed. Old man is pissed. Did it! We're free! But it's only still, we're not even close. Well, that summation examination is concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The ayes, 2. The noes, 4. So the noes have it, not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Objection!
And finally he gets to say something because he's forced to stay quiet. That's another glass you've broken. Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection, only to crush it in disgust? Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with the intelligence by describing them as insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Eh? Whatever do you mean? I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed. Stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road, as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of pavement which you had excavated, sir. That's right. It took me the whole day and they paid me measly tuppence for it. Now, my learned Japanese friend, Nipponese friend, tell me. Do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Me? No. Fuck no. Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? Eh, me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing that site of where yours works? Eh, I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches have had a hope of passing anyway. We just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman as far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. Ah. Is that true, is it? The that word. Truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There could be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsumi walked down Briar Road. Crushed in a single sentence. And, old man... Cold man! You can't talk! You say that at around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious-looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Oh, can't say as I remember. You don't remember? He hit his head. How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw, but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. He's right. Order! Order! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. My lord. If you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. Ugh. Well, my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel. Oh. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What are you talking about? My lord. The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Witnesses? Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. It's next witnesses? Mr. Narho, do you not remember? You've been told on several occasions there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yes, I remember, one of them being the Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright, no matter who Van Zeeks brings to the stand as his witness, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until this battle is over. To be continued. No, never mind. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. Prosecution of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Is it supposed to be Cardinal? Not Cardinal? Is it Cardinal or is it Cardinal? I'm now able to pronounce that fucking meme. I blame Sire for this, 100%. I forgot. Order Chief's Mechanique d'Annelise Cardinal. It's Cardinal. It's Cardinal. I had to say the stupid meme. Constable Rolly beat, sir. Nothing to report on the streets, sir. Oh god. Oh my god, he fell asleep. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife. What? It's Auditrice Mechanique d'Annelise Cardinal. Zayek, do you have an Auditrice Mechanique d'Annelise Cardinal where you live in Brazil? No, I wish I had an Auditrice Mechanique d'Annelise Cardinal. I would hate calling the courts in America the Auditrice Mechanique d'Annelise Cardinal, because that's such a mouthful. Once you get used to saying it, sure, it comes out pretty smooth. But who the fuck came up with that name? What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? Sure, I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know? They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that meters are reading true. And they're responsible for keeping the streets clean, and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights. Man, those guys are too busy. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet, I'd have collapsed long ago. Dude, I would have collapsed in the first 30 minutes. Asking me to do grueling labor like that. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beat? That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rowley? This guy is... Constable Rowley Beat, sir! Nothing to report on the street, sir. What the heck? What a great witness he's gonna be. Oh, God. This is gonna be one of the worst witnesses I've ever had. I think ever. Actually, you know what? No. I think the worst witness I've ever had to deal with in the Ace Attorney series would have to be that fucking parrot. Fucking parrot. Bomb, he would remember that. He's just like me right now for God. Very good. I'd like to hear your former testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir! My God. What the witnesses saw. Sorry, I'm kind of deal with my nose. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor, then the others scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at the nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolly and I both saw him clear as day. You couldn't have seen him clear as day in the fog. He literally just said silhouettes. Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Oh dear. This policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsumi at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in this amazing examination will be quashed. It's death knell, in fact, because that alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate be-chancing, and on your wedding anniversary, too. Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed, however, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without doubt that accused Mr. Soseki Natsumi. The fact that they mentioned the under oath thing, that's another little detail that the other Ace Attorney games don't really mention. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less, so you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that the man's so tired, his wife has to do all the talking. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. This is gonna suck. I'm just gonna start pressing everything because I don't know what to do. No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Mrs. Beat? Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? What? I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? Wait, is he sleep talking? Oh no, Rolly, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you'd finished your beat for the day, correct? That's right, Sa. Yes, although I was fit to drop, to be honest, after spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, Sa. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end. What's that now? My warrant card, Sa. Proof I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of force written on it and a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir, and for such a noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without fail, without a grumble. Jesus, man. Fun fact about me, I managed to sleep with my eyes open one time. What? How? Are you like Gandalf, who can sleep with his eyes open? Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then. But sir, just on one particular day I was looking forward to celebrate my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I want to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh my god. That Riz. That fucking Riz right there though. Damn. God damn. Wasn't expecting Rolly to pull out the Riz. Damn. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh my god. I'm gonna throw up rainbows. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps? And then, kindly describe what happened next. Ryu really is me, dude. Anyway, two silhouettes. Two silhouettes. That's right, they were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. There was a rather plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in this print, and like Mr. Natsumi. That's unfortunate. Yes, unfortunately it does. And you're certain that at the time there was nobody else nearby. Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? About sleeping with eyes open. I don't know how I managed to do that, but my mom got scared of me not answering her while it looked like I was awake. Oh man, I wish I could sleep with my eyes open just once. To scare the hell out of my mom. That would be fucking fantastic. Though I think Zoe would be more concerned about me. Huh? What? Ah, yes, that's right. Of course there was a light fog on the ground, but Briar Road is dead straight. You can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other pedestrians. Before sleep takes a firm hold, your answer, please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you've just said? Yes, sir. As a copper who spends all day, nearly every day, keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. I'm as sure as my love for Patricia is true. Oh my fucking god. Rolly, have you ever thought about considering a job change to Rizmaster? Holy shit, dude. Like, he continues to Riz his wife. It's so, like, beautiful, but it's making me throw up rainbows. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. God. They're still maintaining there was no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsumi, did it? He fled the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed? Sometimes I do this kind of thing with Papa when I have the opportunity. Would you do this, though? What they're doing? This Riz love kind of thing?
Hold it!
Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But then we got closer. We realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? Yep. What? Ah, yes, that's right. It was some old books. I see. Old books. Yes, sir. The culprit had dropped a number of them, all around where the victim lay on the pavement. Indeed. It's clearly pictured in this photographic print. But it's funny because it's true. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed. Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. But we saw him. It was the man in the dock without the question, sir. The mustache, the hunched back, the cat-like eyes, the top mouth, the snub nose, everything. Oh my god. Mr. Natsumi is getting thrown into the bus. Thrown into the carriage. Sorry, they don't have buses back then. Any more insults you want to throw in? That's right. He looked down at that poor, defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes, and then suddenly threw his books onto the pavement and ran away. I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here. May I remind the court that this ambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please continue. Yes, sir! Oh boy, this is a bad one. This is bad. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? What? Ah, yes, that's right. I asked Mrs. Beat to go. I was off duty by that point, but a Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Preserving the scene of the crime is a task of considerable importance. That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat, so I told Patricia the way to the police box where the beat the incident fell under so she could go and report it. I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know. And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of two model citizens. Oh please, you're making us blush, isn't he, darling? Yes, sir! What Patricia said, sir! Let's move on, shall we? Shit, there's nothing here. There's literally nothing here.
Hold it!
But the clear as day thing is the only, like, noteworthy thing to be like, wait a minute, how? But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know. Right. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you that the fog was only light, didn't he? Ah, yes. And what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course. Oh, it is. When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Someone else said that, too. Yes, alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about? The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was a little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling? What? Ah, yes. It was the accused and no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, cat-like eyes, the top mouth, the snub nose. Unmistakable, sir. As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was Soseki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. That's the problem, though. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they say they saw. Mr. Natsumi running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no! Then what do we do? If Kazuma-san were here, what are you trying to say? I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. What do you mean, somewhere else? Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsumi is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them. Make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate. Oh, right. Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in those statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion. Why do I always seem to be so up against it? The cloud? Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Yes, of course, what is it? Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony, is that right? It's the fog, that's what I'm concerned about. What? No, oh no, it's really not all that. Not at all that. My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything. Like, oh, I know, what about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one I could. Every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is? That will do, Mrs. B. No, it won't do at all. That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will. I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fist down. Perhaps you would like an opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. B. Might that appease you? Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling? I think she might have screwed herself there. Alright, if you can tell me that, go for it, girl, because you just literally laid the landmine for yourself. Yes, we know that there were books dropped from the scene of the crime, as you say. Those purchased by the accused at the nearby second-hand bookshop on the day in question. After I'd been to the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I'm a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Rolly. And what was your husband doing at the time? Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest. He works ever so hard, you know? Ever so hard, don't you, my darling? Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. Well, Mrs. Beat, seeing as you've regaled the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene? I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening? There was The Picture of Monazu Somebody or Other, and What's It Yearnings? Wow. Wow. Not bad so far. Then there was, A Meal for Someone. But, here's the thing. She mentioned a fourth book just now, just like you pointed out. There's only 3 books on here. That's actually not bad on the recollection, though. That happened 3 days ago, and the fact she remembered even that, Something Yearnings, A Meal for Someone, A Picture of Monazo something. That's what she remembered. That's pretty good. You see? Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory. Oh, well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure. There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it. Well, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean that way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling? Yo! What are you doing with the gun? Anyone who upsets my Patricia will have to answer to me. Will have me to answer to. Terrifying. Yes, she really is. Small pistol. Small revolver is what it was. 4 books. Wow. It's, literally, she threw away her own testimony there. So, you're saying that there are 4 books? That's right. I remember all of them. The Picture of the Mona's There Somebody, What's It Yearnings, A Meal for Someone, and the Thingamamy Something. Thingamies. I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. Oh no. What flaw? Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4. What? This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books. Your books? Yes, and it details Mr. Natsumi's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed. Only 3? But, oh no, that can't be! I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you, 4 dirty old books. You better give me proof about a 4th book, then. But really, have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books. But I just don't believe it. I saw them there! I swear, I saw them! No, madam, I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon. Grrr. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no!
Objection!
It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nepalese friend. What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene, a fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. So you've striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? Ugh, he sees right through me. But your plan is somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect. Oh? You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene at Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found. Oh, god damn it. That doesn't make sense then. The receipt says otherwise. But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen, in that print. That print? You mean to say... Bastard. Allow me to present another. One that shows the victim's hand. She had a book too. But why is it burnt? What? Lion's Pride. What is she doing with that book? I don't believe it. It's the 4th book. As you will observe, the 4th book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. No. No! Order! Order! There, you see? You see? Look at that. Look, look, look. Yeah, but you still got the name wrong. Far from right. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling? Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Mrs. Beat, the titles once again, if you please. Oh yes, of course. The picture of Monazu somebody or other. The picture of Monazor Lecoq. What's it yearnings? Canterbury yearning. A meal for someone. A meal for Gabbro, in fact. As the court has just heard, the witnesses remember the book's titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Mrs. Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional. Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman's paid me a compliment. Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia is flawless. God, Jesus. But there's only 3 books on the receipt, and Mrs. Beat mentioned 4. There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print. Again, though, why is it burned? I'm sorry, counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? It's not odd at all, my lord, because he didn't buy it. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. The victim was holding her own book? I wonder, what became of that 4th book? Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers of Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence. Give it to me. Let me see it. You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel. My pleasure, my lord. Second photograph of the scene taken by a policeman just after the incident. It specifically shows the victim's hand. The book entitled The Lion's Pride discovered in the victim's hand at the scene. The prosecution rests, and I will take the time to look at these. Why is this so burnt? Oh, look at this! The book has been badly burnt. You're right, you'd never be able to read it in this state. Especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? It does actually kind of raise a red flag to me. You want to know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking of Mr. McGilded. But how is that possible? The back cover is badly burnt. Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride. I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all, so it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I have heard of a book by that name before, and very recently, too. It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, but do you remember if it was from Mr. McGilded? That's the first thing I'm thinking of. Trisha Beat, the wife of Constable Rolly Beat, who is a witness to the incident, she's relatively recently married and fiercely proud of her policeman husband, 21 years old. Rolly Beat, 23 years old, a devoted London bobby who witnessed the incident whilst walking down the street with his wife of a year, Patricia. No idea about Olive Green. The victim of this case, who's been found with a knife in her back, luckily the wound didn't prove fatal and the woman remains unconscious in her hospital bed. Baron von Zeeks, Herlock Sholmes, John Garridub, retired armyman, landlord. The wife, Iris, who still surprises me that she's 10 years old. Soseki, Tobias, Strongheart, and Suzato. We have nothing there. Okay. I have nothing further to add. What? You seem surprised, my learned friend, but your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused lodgers that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I? You see, everything we've said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat. Oh, wait, you two are already married. So perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider the positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Napaanese travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we are in a terribly precarious position. Yeah, no shit. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, it could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? You always raise an objection at this point. You are required to.
Objection.
I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend, it's over. The last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast, there is no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but... I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed, for a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene in a moment like this. Oh. Jeez, what a shutdown. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Mr. Naruhodo? One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance, so the court will hear you, madam. Go ahead, Miss Suzato, please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further? Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you? Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what that crucial piece of evidence is and why. For we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. Yes, I understand, and thank you, Miss Suzato. This is it. Suzato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. How many one last chances are we gonna get? Can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Zeeks is pissed. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into the case and has hitherto been overlooked. Ouch. Anyway, it's the book.
Take that!
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. Don't tie yet, please. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get as much water in my system as I can. I think that Discord message from something. No, never mind. It's a ping. Wait, why is someone pinging in a porn channel? What's happening? I'm gonna hide this thing real quick. Because I know you guys can see the capture when I do that. I'm just gonna mute the desktop audio for a second because what the fuck? Oh, it's pole rigging. Fun. Okay, understandable. There we go. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hands.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length, other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident. No significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. Really? That's going to count as something against me? When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Oh, yes, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence, which means you may very well be on the right track. Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case, which is the fourth book conceals? It's literally the back. The burn. The big old burn. Oops. Been badly damaged by fire here, so much so you couldn't read it all at once, right? Such a pity. And do you see the flaking edges of the burnt pages, Mr. Naruhodo? I think there's a sure sign that the damage occurred relatively recently. Yes, the book damaged in a recent fire. That definitely rings a bell. Yeah, okay, they're thinking the same thing I'm thinking about then, with regards to, McGilded. I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What are you? Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp! So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh. Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does the charred book hide? What does it hide? A charred book. There's just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Yeah, explain it, because I feel like I know what the theory is, but this is weird. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, Council. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from this fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? Okay, hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Victim's unconscious. Single stab wound. Stainless seen running. The knife, which is nothing. It's not the content. It's not the... It can't be about the owner. Wait, can it be? Hold on, let me think here. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? The shop that sold it, its owner. Shop that sold it, or its owner. Can't be its content because it's just a book called The Lion's Pride. Unless there's something inside of it that is of big value, but I feel like... It had the shop? My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the shop from which it was purchased. What on earth do you mean? To have sold a half-burned and unreadable book such as this we can be quite sure the establishment it came from is from a terrible bookshop. This is wrong. Indeed. That's right. A terrible one. A valid conclusion. Oh good, everyone seems to be agree. Maybe I'm onto something here. If I may, Mr. Naruhodo, I most certainly cannot agree. No, you're right. Yep, I was right. So it's the person then. Copy of the Lion's Pride that just recently suffered damage from a fire. Why do I feel as though I know about this book already from somewhere? I don't like doing these save things, but I'm gonna. Because it's one of those open-ended questions where you don't really know the right answer to it. Because a few of the answers could be right. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals startling truth. About the book's owner. I beg your pardon. But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor. After all, it's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious, how can you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? Uh-oh. Oh! I just realized what now he's trying to point at is this guy. Could also be her.
Take that!
John Garadeb. The answer is that the book belonged to a couple who owns the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb. The landlords? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but... Of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for the jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garrideb herself. Oh my goodness, me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garrideb's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garrideb's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable. This is not a mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house. Good lord, what sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord. I'm remembering now these details. This dude was afraid it would say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know? The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of it, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. I remember now. The Lion's Pride. By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate. Oh dear me.
Objection!
This is risible. All you've told the court is a book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Garrideb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garrideb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful. I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Rolly? Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. Had all my favorite old novels in that case, but as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Then the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire, incendiary books coming 10 to the dozen. The man had his back up against the window and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through the window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No. A thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident, and there is no report of the Garrideb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garrideb household. But it is not conceivable that the window was open at the time, and not even remotely. Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. But they had to open it because of the fire. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrideb's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. This is interesting. This is literally a straight-up Ace Attorney. That's quite enough. Oh, she's pissed now. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Really? Claiming that our little tiff set the whole neighborhood alight. Honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case. Not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears. I should box your ears. That's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Too right. Hence we go. Here we go. How long have we sat here now listening to this Nipponi spouting out his fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. And he ran away from the scene, too. I do declare you're right. It's true. Yes, what did I tell you? Makes sense to me. Sorry. What's that? Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks? In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings, but then one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. No! Wait! The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been... If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. What? No forgive the discourtesy this time? Ahem. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty!
Oh my god, not
Guilty.
again. Not again.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Fuck! Again? Can I even do anything? Thank you for that unambiguous response. That's twice now. It's over. Mr. Naruhodo, don't give up. Miss Suzato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting. Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense asked to exercise its right to a summation examination. Oh my god, a second one? Do you believe you still have tricks up your sleeves? I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. There's no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Oh man. To be continued. Where's Bomb, by the way? Shovel, where are you? How much more do I have of this trial phase? Because we are in danger. I have no idea. Yeah, he knows this game. I don't. I want to say he said that this case 4, has the investigation phase, which we just went through, a trial phase, which we're currently going through, but he said there might be I think he said there's a second investigation phase and a second trial phase, which makes this case absolutely very long. But there's a second person watching right now, it seems. I wonder who. Oh, wait, do you mean the second 200th person to come in? The 200th person is watching? I have 2,000 viewers, Zarek. I gotta always remember that. We have 2,000 viewers right now. That's how it is. We have 20,000 viewers right now looking at Zoe sleeping. We have 200,000 viewers right now listening to me grab a gummy worm and put it in my mouth. Two watching now. Nah. We have 2 million watching now. We have 2 million people watching me take my top off. I took my top off. I have wings. We have 20 million people watching me move around with wings. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious about something. Where did Louise go when I pushed this button? Who knows? Yeah, I'm the internet connection. I'm the internet connection. We have 200 million people watching Louise come back. Okay, let's continue forward, I guess. Or maybe we should stop, because I don't think my voice can handle more. You think we should stop, save my voice from dying? Because I did have a little bit of a cough attack earlier, and that was from too much talking. So I don't know if it's a good idea to keep on talking, because this game's got a lot of talking. I mean, how much did I actually talk today? If we exclude an hour from the stream, I've been talking for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Right? Give or take. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop the stream then. I think it's a good idea to protect my voice, and then we can continue tomorrow. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Um, Sorry about the internet situation, but I did finally get the permission from my landlord. She's gonna send me the letter on Monday. So hopefully the internet situation will be hopefully remedied. I might have to take a day off from work though, depending on what day the technicians could come in and do such a drill hole thing. Because I don't want my cat to be alone in that situation. And chances are I probably have to be here anyway to be able to talk with him and stuff like that. So that's all technical crap. But we will continue this tomorrow, and hopefully, if my internet is not getting along with me, I'll probably just play Mental Omega for an hour or something as it tries to come back. Whatever. With that being said, thank you again for watching. Come join the Discord server. There's a link in the description. And follow me on Twitter, please. Otherwise, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. Good night, Zarek. Sleep well. And for everyone else, too, if you're going to bed, sleep well. Have sweet dreams, all that other jazz. Bye-bye!